Hi guys, and welcome back to my booktube channel, Books with Leo, and today I am going to be talking about all the book series I really need to finish. I want to do a little disclaimer first. I know a lot of people get really stressed and feel like, oh, I need to finish this series so much. I generally don't feel like that. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I love reading, so I start many different series if they interest me and I don't really care about finishing them. Maybe this sounds really stupid, but imagine I just bought only the first book and I love that first book and I don't feel intrigued to read on. That's fine too, right? Maybe this is a very controversial opinion, I don't know. But so I don't feel too stressed out about finishing these series, and maybe that is also why I haven't finished them. But I do really want to finish them, so the series I'm going to be talking about are series that I really want to be finishing, and not necessarily this year, not necessarily next year, just at some given point in my life where I will still remember what these books are about. So that's it. The first book series I really want to finish is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I'm not sure what the name of the series is, but this is the first book in Dutch. Een zeer opmerkelijk verschijnsel. I got sent this by the publisher, so thank you so much to HarperCollins Netherlands for sending me this book. I loved this book, and I have recently picked up the second book in the series, which is called A Beautifully Foolish Endeavour, also by Hank Green, obviously. I loved the first book so much. It meant so much to me. It even got me a little bit emotional. It's been I think I read it last year, and it's about April May, who discovers a Carl, which is a very big statue that turns out to be an alien, and she films this with one of her best friends and puts it on YouTube, and then overnight she goes viral and she gets sort of famous on the internet and beyond the internet as well, because the Carls are the first contact that aliens made with the planet. And April May is 23, bisexual, fresh out of art school. She's me, but she's a lot meaner than me, I hope, because she's a very unlikable main character, and I hope I'm not that unlikable, you know. Of course I have some traits as well that aren't the best, but when I was reading her, I was often you make horrible decisions, and I felt so sorry for Maya, who's her girlfriend in the first book. This book had so much interesting discourse and conversations about what it means to be a human on the internet, and what it means that so many of us are living our lives through the internet today, and that we are all sharing so many things online. I just felt that was such an important topic to cover in literature, and I'm really glad that Hank Green did it. I'm not the biggest fan of John Green, Hank Green's very famous writer brother. The only book I really enjoyed from him was Turtles All the Way Down, because of the excellent anxiety rep in that. And I think John Green's very funny, but I think Hank Green is also a talent we should not look over, because I thought these books were so amazing, and they're both adult books, so maybe that's important to know if you usually only read YA. I couldn't wait for the Dutch translation, hence why I already bought the English book, and yeah, I can't wait to dive into that and finish the series, because I think it will be a duology. Maybe I'm misinformed, but that's what I know. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, let's get on with the series, because I also have some other duologies. Maybe those are also series. I don't know. Anyway, Scythe. Scythe by Neil Shusterman is one of my favourite book series ever. I love the first book, I love the second book, and I still have not read the third book. And the third book in this series is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. Firstly, the design of these covers is so amazing. It is so different than any book cover I've seen. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit conceited here, but I really love them. This is about a world where the things ruling the humans are sort of divided into two things. So we have the Thunderhead, which is a big computer, and we have the Scythedom, and the Scythedom are basically murderers, because in this world people don't die anymore of natural causes. Everything's been solved. Murder, old age, it's all been solved. So what they need is government functioned murderers to kill off people that need to die, because otherwise we'd have overpopulation. And those people are the Scythes, and in the first book we follow two apprentices to Scythes, Citra and Rowan, as they go on this journey, and it's so good. It is so good. The world is amazing. The way it is written and developed, and especially in the second book, we get so much more into politics. It is wonderful. It is so well done. It's amazing. A lot of people hate the third book because the romance is apparently a bit too out of nowhere and people think it's stupid. So it might be very stupid. I don't know. But I really hope I will love this third book, and I can't wait to dive into it. It is a bit of a big boy, so but I'll be fine, probably. I mean, I've read Priory, I can handle anything now. Okay, third, I can't count, but the third book series I want to talk about is These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. I don't hear enough people talk about this series. I don't know why, because it is about gay witches. Isabel Sterling also has the best writing. It feels very witchy and like dark, but at the same time it's like rom-com-esque, if that makes any sense, and it's just highly enjoyable. And this book is about Hannah, who's an elemental witch, and basically she and her ex-girlfriend are in the same coven, and last year they went on a little trip and maybe might have accidentally summoned a blood witch, and because of that, when weird things start happening in their town, they think it has to do with them summoning a blood witch, and so they have to discover together and bond together over what's going on, but they're exes, and it's like pretty toxic for Hannah to be around Veronica. And especially when Hannah meets a new girl, it gets even more toxic and weird and difficult. So there's a lot of drama. It's great. And the second book recently came out, and that is This Coven Won't Break. And I'm so excited to get into this. I still haven't picked it up. I have so many books on my TBR, and I'm in no hurry, like I said before, but I am kind of in a hurry for this one because I'm so excited. And again, a gorgeous cover. I love how these covers combine illustration and like photographic art, and I think the character art on this cover is wonderful, and I can't wait to dive into it. And this is a spoiler, so if you haven't read it, but can't wait to read more of Hannah's relationship with her new girlfriend. Yay. So another series that I have to finish is the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, and this is the last book, The Hero of Ages, that I still need to read in this series. I have enjoyed this series tremendously. It's my favorite, and I am a big Robin Hobb fan. I am a big fan of so many different fantasy books, but this is just, no fantasy book has made me feel like this since a very long time, and I'm just so excited to read the final book and to just love it so much. I'm really, really hyped. Mistborn is basically set in a world where the bad guy has won, so there's an evil Lord Ruler who rules over all the people, and there was a chosen one once, but he didn't make it, unfortunately. In this series we follow Vin and Kelsier, and then in the second book Elend and Vin and Kelsier, and basically the first book is sort of a heist book where this magical crew, because there are magic elements in these books as well, goes on a heist. And yeah, it's just, I even enjoyed the romance in this, which is very rare for me. But these books, they're just full of like heists, they're people with amazing magic, and the magic is based on the metal system, so like steel alloys, so that's very interesting. And what I love everything. There's like politics, there's court politics, pretty dresses, gowns, there's heists, there's underground street gangs with magic abilities, which is my favorite thing. And yeah, I have read the first and the second, and I still have to read the third, which is also a big book. But I don't mind, because I want to dive into this and disappear into this series and world forever, because it's just, all the characters are so loving and there's so much banter, and I love it. I want to talk about a little spoiler now, so be warned, please. In the end of the second book, we find out that Elend is also Mistborn, which is amazing, and I really hope that Vin teaches him Mistborn abilities in this book, because that would be so wonderful. So yeah, I can't wait to dive into this. Yay. Okay, and the last series I really, really, really want to finish is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I love The Diviners. I have the first book right here, and I also own the second book, The Lair of Dreams. Lair of Dreams? Not liar. Lair of Dreams. And I don't own any of the other books, so I should get round to that someday, but I really want to finish this one first. I have tried reading it, but I didn't get into it, so then I just DNF'd it, because I was like, well, I don't care. I'll pick it up some other day, and that is what I am planning to do. I think I will have to read the first bit again, but theatre gets a bigger role in this, or at least that's what I felt like reading the first bit, but maybe that's not true. The Diviners is basically about a band of magical teenagers in the 1920s who all have different magical abilities, very creative magical abilities, and so we follow Evie O'Neill, who is like... she's horrible, but in the best way possible. She's like so stubborn, and I relate, because I'm also like, I don't listen to other people sometimes, and it's just it's a difficult trait to have, but it's a wonderful trait to read about. And she basically messes up in her hometown by reading an object, because she can predict the future and past of objects that she holds. And she messes up and is then sent to her uncle to live with him, and he's a really weird occult guy that runs an occult museum. And then the murderer is on the loose in New York, where she's sent to, and then she helps solve the crime together with her uncle, or at least that's what they're trying to do. And it is so exciting. It's like a little murder mystery, but it's also got like fantasy elements, and it's got like historical elements, and it's just generally one of my favourite books. I love it so much, and I really have to read the second one, so yeah. I will one day. I can't wait to find out how the story continues. Okay, so those were all of the books that I still really have to continue, like all of the series I really want to finish someday. No pressure though, because like I have so many great books to read and I'm reading so many great books and I love reading, and yeah, I can't wait to finish more of these books and more of these series. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what series you really need to finish, or if you have finished any of these and you really enjoyed them. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell so you never miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!
Sur ta chevelure profonde aux acres de parfum.